Hey guys, welcome back to Thistle Hill Farmstead. Today we're going to be working on the next step of building our horse barn that you see behind me. I'm going to be trenching for the water line today. So I've got a little trencher on the trailer here. I've already got the water line dug up that goes out to our chicken coop. So I'm going to tap into that and run a line out to the barn. And then while I'm doing it, I'm going to run a line over to our paddock area where we're going to have the riding arena so we can have some water over there also. Hey everyone, this is part 2 of our video on installing the water line to our new horse barn. So if you didn't catch the first video, look in the description below and there will be a link to that video. So you would want to watch that video before you watch this one so you kind of know exactly where we are. So without further ado, let's get going. Hey guys, it's another day and I'm back on the water project. Today I went and picked up my 2 yard hydrants, the frost-free or freeze-proof yard hydrants. And I've got some hardware here on the table that I need on the bottom to connect it up to our black poly line. So let's unbox these, take a look at them, and then work up the connection on the bottom so that we're ready to, when we get out in the yard to put the poly on. All right, let's take a look at the boxes here. They call this a frost-proof yard hydrant. I think that's for liability purposes. They don't want to call it a freeze-proof in case it freezes. But this is a 2-foot berry hydrant. You can get them in 1-foot berry length, 2-foot, 3-foot, 4-foot, etc. Depending on your area in the U.S. and your frost line, etc. You just pick the one you want. For us in Georgia, we don't get real deep freezes, so a 2-foot berry is fine. The shutoff valve is up top, and then when you turn this off, if you don't know how these work, I'll explain it to you once we open this up. But it's got a long pipe that the plunger is down underground. When you open it, the water comes up and goes out of your pipe. And then when you close it, the water will drain back out of this stanchion pipe here so that there's no water above ground that could potentially freeze. So let's take a closer look at the box and then we'll open it up and see what we got. Well, let's take a look at the box. Starting here at the top, it's just a picture of the unit itself, and the berry depth on this one is 2 feet. You have a shutoff valve down here, as I described, below ground. They want you to put some gravel around this because there is a weep hole or drain hole on the bottom, so that when you turn this off and it closes this valve here, the water will drain out of this pipe and into the gravel. So you don't want to just bury this in earth or dirt because it'll inhibit the drainage of the water back out of here. And it talks a little bit about the size here. If you want to read that, you can pause it and pause the video and do a little reading there. It's ready for use. Again, if you want to read that, you can pause it and read that. And it talks about what you need to connect it up. I do have some fittings for that. And then we saw this part before. So there you go. Let's open it up, see what it looks like. Get it out of the box here. Put it up on the bench. And it is taped up. Okay. There we go. Alright, so it looks as I expected. Just a big long pipe with a spigot on the end. There we go. And then we have some instructions inside. So again, this is it. twist this little vise around here. We can just set it up on here. So the way this works is you just pull the handle up and it pulls the plunger that's down here in the bottom and opens it up. Here's the weep hole or the drain hole that lets the water run out, and this is your input for the water. So let's make up our fittings to go on the end that will fit our black poly line, and then we'll take them out and install them. Woo! So let's see what I have here. Got a couple of pieces here that we'll need. So first of all, we need a 3/4 inch pipe thread to go in here. That's what this little piece is. We'll screw that in there. And we need an elbow. And this is going to be a 3/4 inch to 1 inch. The little hardware store I was at when I bought these didn't have one that would go directly from this 3/4 to the 1 inch poly line. So this is kind of what we're going to make up. And I'll put some Teflon tape on all of this. Well, that might go in there. Probably because I'm screwing it the wrong direction. There we go. So, and then the black poly line will just slide onto this piece here. So I will put some Teflon tape on this, tighten it all up, position it where I want the, where this is pointing the right direction to the head, and then we'll put it in. Let's take this stuff apart. I did find this teeny little roll of Teflon tape. I know I've got more around here, but I will we'll start off with this if I can find the end of it. It is right here somewhere. There it is. Stuff's very thin. Alright, and I want this to go in the direction of my thread. So I'm going to screw that way. So I'm going to wrap it this way so it will just tighten onto there. And these pipe threads are angled, if you can see that. They're not straight, they're at an angle. And I do remember when I was in technical school, I'm a drafter by trade, or started out as a drafter. I was asked to draw as one of our tests pipe threads, and I drew them straight. And I didn't get a great score on that because at the time I didn't realize that pipe threads were at an angle, which I should have known, but I didn't. All right, let's get this big hawker here. Same thing, we'll wrap some around in the direction of the thread so it will stay on there when you screw it in. Some people argue how much you need to put on. I think you just need to put enough on to seal the threads up. This will go like that now. Okay. And then we'll put the same thing on here. This will go like that. So I want to tap this around this way. Oh yeah, that's it for that little roll. I need to get some more Teflon tape. That's not going to be enough. I know I've got some somewhere. Okay, I knew I had some more. I found 2 more rolls. So let's get back at it. Since I've got that, yeah, that's fine. Let's put some more here. Let's see, it's got to go underneath. That's a little bit iffy to work with. There we go. What's going on with that? There we go. All right. And this screws on like this. Come on, get on there straight. All right, and we'll tighten all this up. Let me see the direction I want my hydrant to be. So in this case, let me cut this tag off here. This hydrant is going to be beside our fence. So let's say this is the fence here. It's going to be like this. And our water line is going to be coming in to the side. So I need to have this go around one more time. Like, oops. Up like that. So really it needs to be like that. But I don't know if that's tight enough because I just hand tightened that. So I need to make that a little bit tighter. Put in a little baby vise here. All right, let me get my pipe wrench. And so let me tighten this one a little bit first. Make sure this is nice and tight. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. All right. And then, since this one's got to be here, I really need to go one more complete turn with this, if I can. Okay, it's got to go up one more. So it really needs to go down all the way around. Let's see, let me see if I can get something to hold this other. Is this big enough to go on there? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. that's, I think, what I need, because it's going to go like this against the fence. My water line comes in like that, so that's going to do it. Okay, so that's one made up. I think that's nice and tight. That shouldn't leak. Back it off just. Let's work on the next one. All right, that should get it. So again, this one is going to be up against the pole here. The line's going to come in just like this. Okay, now we're ready to go out to the field and start putting them in. All right, now I'm going to put my my line onto my hydrant here. And I had taped up the end there because I didn't want anything to get down in the end of it while I had it sitting out here. So I'll take that tape off. So we put our ring on there. All right, let's take our tape off of here. Put that there. Okay. Let's get down here where we can work with it. And start heating. Getting there. All right, let's see if I can slide it up on there. Okay. Crimper. All right, that was crimped on. Let's go over and set this in the hole. All right, so we're gonna put it right here. Let's see. All right, we're gonna put it right here. Let's see what our hole is here. Yeah, this is a 2-foot bury hydrant, but our depth here is about 18 inches is what our water line is. So we're not going to be quite 2 feet, but that'll be all right. We're in Georgia, and lower part of Georgia, even southern Georgia, South Georgia, and it doesn't get that cold here. So we're going to put it in here at this depth. I want to take a little more dirt out here because I want to get I want to put some gravel in the bottom and kind of make a little drainage well, so that when you shut the hydrant off, the water can drain back out. I have some gravel here. We'll fill it with gravel. Let's get this a little bit deeper. Here's where we're going to put our hydrant. I'm going to put it right up against this post here. This is our lean-to on the outside of the barn, and this hole is about 29-30 inches deep. I'm going to put some gravel in the bottom of it, and then we'll put the hydrant in. I want to have a like a little drainage well in the bottom, so that when you turn the hydrant off, the water has some place to drain out. That should be good enough right there. Let's see how deep that is now. That is about 18 inches deep, which is fine for here in middle Georgia. We don't get that cold to need to be super duper deep. All right, so then we take our hydrant. We're going to set it in here. Let's see. I may need to dig out a little bit of an angle or twist my my connection where I can get closer to the post. Yeah, let me do that because I want to be closer up to this post. With this. Okay, so let me go get my pipe wrench and I'll twist that connection a little bit more so I can sneak up close to that post. Okay, let me see if I can twist this coupling on the bottom so that I can come in at an angle. It needs to go this way toward me. So let's see. Let's see how that works right there. Oh. Yep. I think that'll do it. Right there. Okay. Let's see. Well, the whole thing's twisting there. What's going on? So. Okay. Right there. Looks good. All right. Now I'm going to put gravel around it, at least up above this little drain plug right there, or drain hole. That's where the water comes back out. So let me put some more gravel around. Level here, so I can make sure everything is nice and level and plumb. I'm gonna get it back a little bit closer to the pole, to my post. Let's see. I'm not going to put any more in that because I just thought about, I haven't pressure tested this yet. I don't think it's going to leak, but I should have done that before I started putting everything in. So let's do that. Let me go connect up my other hydrant, and then we'll turn the water on and just make sure we don't have any leaks. All right, let's do the same thing here with this hydrant. We're gonna need this to be down in the hole. Let's see, where's my cutters? Let me cut this poly off, and then I'm gonna have to take it up the hill a little bit to connect it to my hydrant, because my extension cord for the heat gun is not long enough. So let's try. About right. About right here. Pardon my behind. All right, so let's take this up the hill a tad bit and connect it to our hydrant. Okay. Okay. Let's put some gravel in the hole. And then we can set our hydrant down in there. All right. Okay. Well, that's still a little warm, I think, so I'm gonna let that cool off a little more so I don't flex it there, but everything's buttoned up now, so let's go turn the water on and see if we have any leaks. You ready, Charlie? We're gonna see how it works. So I built this little box over the top with some leftover fencing boards that I had from the fence projects, just so it'll protect it once I put this this irrigation cover over it. If anything runs over it, it's not going to squish it down into the ground. So let's turn her on. Okay, it's on. Let's go see if we see anything spewing out anywhere. Let's go to our first joint. It looks good. No drippage there. Let's check out our plug here. No drippage there. Now I can still hear the water gurgling through. So maybe it's not pressurized yet. So let's not declare victory so soon. That one looks dry. This one's the one I started to cover up. So I'll have to dig it out a little bit. Don't see anything spraying. So let's go down here, turn this faucet on, let the water actually circulate through. Let's see what happens. All right, let me pull it over here so it doesn't get so. Whoop, whoop, there we go. Well, everything's working. As soon as I turned it off, it's squirting out the bottom here, draining that, draining the pipe. Let me hit it again here. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to get it too wet over here. I've still got to cover this up, but that's how that thing is supposed to work. That's why we need the gravel around the bottom of it. Okay, that's good. That one's good. All right. Hey guys, it's the next day, and I did check the county website, and there is no requirement for inspection of a water line. So I'm okay to go ahead and cover all this up. It was just in-ground plumbing, wiring, the structural inspection, those kind of things. So nothing for the water line. So I'm going to go ahead and finish covering it up. I'm going to crank the tractor up and let it run a little bit. It's still about 35 degrees out here, so it's a little bit cold. What I'm going to do now is take the tractor and I'm going to pull some of this nicer dirt back. I have a big pile of dirt behind me here that came from the septic tank. It's more red dirt. I mean, it's good dirt, but it's red dirt as opposed to the dirt that we dug up here out of what used to be a pasture. is nice and brown. So I'd like to use that topsoil other places. And I'll fill in the rest of the trench with that red and put some topsoil on top. Now that I've got all the topsoil pulled back, I'm going to go over and get the dirt that was left over from the septic tank, and we'll fill that trench with that dirt from the septic tank. going to continue on down the line, covering up this section. Now, All right, here I'm going to put some more gravel around this hydrant so it has a good bed of gravel around it so it can drain. And then I'll put some dirt back around it. And then eventually I'll put a concrete pad around the top. Now that's looking pretty good. Hey, buddy. Now, of course, if any of you know me and know the channel, I will put a level on that and make sure it's plumb straight before I put build my little concrete base around the bottom of it. But for right now, it's in. That looks good. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing here. Already got most of the gravel in, but I'm going to put some more gravel down here around it. Make sure everything's nice and straight. Some that I took out here.
Hey, Dixie. Hey, baby. What you doing? All right, that looks pretty good. Again, I'll make sure everything's plumb, straight, true before I put my little concrete base around, which will really steady these things up, firm them up. So really, that's it. Everything's in. I just need to do a little clean up landscaping here. This was kind of hard to do here just because the building was in the way. Can't really get close and back drag it. And I'm going to pick up all of this dirt that I have down through here that's nice pasture dirt, topsoil. And I'm going to pick all of that up there and we'll use it other places. I'm sure this is going to sink in some. So we'll need to come back and pick that up and put it in its place. Hey guys, it's another day out on the farm and we've been delayed a couple of days by this big winter storm that's moved through the east and hit us here in Georgia with a little bit of snow, which is uncommon, and some ice, but it's been kind of cold, so I had to put the water line project on hold. But today it's a little warmer. It's about 32 degrees, but it's warm enough to get out and dry enough to get out and continue to work. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to put my box around the bottom of our hydrants here and put some concrete around it so that it'll stabilize the hydrant so that it won't move when you turn it on and off. So that's what we're going to take care of today. I built this box out of just some scrap lumber that I had left over from our fence builds. And I'm going to dig a hole and put this around my hydrant here. And then put some cement in here and concrete, and then that'll stabilize the hydrant. So let me get the shovel and do a little digging here so that I can drop this box down in there. Probably going to slide it under the fence a little bit just so that it's kind of evened up here, but I want to get my locations. All right, about right, get right in there. Okay. And I do still have the water turned off. So you see the hydrant is up. Since we did get some really cold weather, I didn't want to risk any of this. Well, it shouldn't freeze. I've got it buried, but just didn't want to risk anything with till I got finished up with it. go a little bit further that way, I think. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay, that's pretty good. Right at 9 inches away from the hydrant. Let's see how we are level wise. Ooh, come on. Okay, pretty good. Now we're just ready for some concrete. Yeah, all right, I've got my bag of concrete here. Woo! 80-pound bag of Quikrete. That's pretty heavy, 80 pounds. All right. I've got some water. And I've got, this is actually not a concrete spatula. It is a tile spatula, but I don't have a concrete float or spatula, so I'm gonna just use this. It'll be good enough because this doesn't have to be super level and look super good. So let's and some people can you know, some people do a dry pour with this, which means you just put the Quikrete in there and then just let it be. I can see I've got some holes in here. Let me put some dirt in the bottom so that it doesn't go out places that I don't need it or want it. Okay, there. Good. There. Okay. Let me take a look. I'm trying not to get down into the mud. I think that's gonna do it. And I do have my level here so I can make sure my pipe is level. So let's see, let's pour a little in here. Come on, baby. All right. Straight that way. Need a little bit that way. Let's see. Let me see if I can just take a board and push it over a little bit. I don't know. Nope, don't. I'm gonna get that done. Okay, that's got it. That's got it. Let's put some water in it now. And mix it up. All right, looking good. Then I'll top it off with this. What to do with my little trowel. Okay, there it is, sitting up on the fence. All right. Oh man, let's see, I've got a place where it's running out. Over there. Okay, let's see if that stops it. Now you may be asking yourself, if I concrete this in, what happens if I ever have to work on it? Well, the nice thing about these hydrants is that they're fully serviceable from the top. You never have to dig them up to work on them. You can take the head off and service anything you need to service at that point. All right, so let me put a little water on that. All right. Maybe need just a little bit more on top. I think that looks good enough. All right, good deal. Okay. I put my box around this one. Now I am going to take a chance on this one because you see how close I have it to this pole here. So there is no way to twist this hydrant off the top off if I do have a problem with the bottom. But, you know, we've had a couple other hydrants here for years and years and no problem. And, you know, if we run into it, this is not going to be concreted out here. These are where the stalls will be. So this will just be crusher run or number 10 sand out here. So if I have to dig it up, I can just bust this little piece of concrete off and dig it up. Hopefully that won't be the case, but I'm going to risk it and go ahead and put some cement around this. I don't have enough to finish this. I'll just put this a little bit around the bottom here. And then I'll get another bag to finish this up. Okay guys, I'm going to call this video done. We've done just about everything we need to do, except just finishing up a little bit of concrete work in this hydrant here. But that I showed you how to do the other one, so you know that's goes without saying that you should be able to accomplish that if you're trying to copy what I'm doing. Lord help you if you are. But that's putting the water lines in and the hydrants in for the barn. Now that we have all that in, I'm ready for concrete and pouring the slab. So the next video will be prepping that, forming it up, and pouring the concrete slab in the barn. And then once that's up, we'll be able to start going up with the walls. So hang in there with us in this series of this horse barn build. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, hey, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of these crazy videos. And be sure to ring that bell notification so that when I post a new video, you'll get notified. And if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. Helps the channel out a lot, helps us grow. Thanks again for joining us here at Thistle Hill Farmstead. We'll see you next time.